Hey guys, today's video is on this look that I am wearing right now. I had posted this look on my Instagram a few weeks back and I had asked you guys if you wanted to see a tutorial with it and you guys said yes, and I am just now getting around to it. I just haven't had the time, but I'm obsessed with this look. This look is a more neutral to cool tone look using the original Jaclyn Hill palette. So I'm absolutely obsessed with this look. Some things did change from the picture. I know the eyes and the blush are the same, but everything else I can't guarantee it's the same because I couldn't remember. But if you would like to see how I got this look, then just keep on watching. Alright, we're going to be starting off with the shade M.F.E.O on the JH32 brush. And this is from the original Jaclyn Hill palette. So I'm just buffing this in the upper crease area to use as our transition shade for everything else to blend into. Now going in with the shade Butter. And I'm going to be using this on my JH33 brush. And I'm smudging this right up against the tape and then into the crease. And I'm using both circular motions and windshield wiper motions to apply this color. Now going in with the shade Buns, I'm going to be taking this on that exact same brush and I'm going to be repeating those exact same steps. So smudging this on the outer half of the eye right up against that tape and then into the crease, but I'm just keeping this a little bit lower than I did the last shade. Then I'm just grabbing that big fluffy brush that I started off with and just buffing over the edges to make sure that everything is nice and blended. Now going in with the shade Soda Pop. And I'm going to be taking this on my JH37 brush and I'm just smudging this right up against that tape and just slightly on that outer half of the eye, but keeping it very low. So I'm using more circular motions to apply that, and I'm using a very little amount. I don't want to use a whole lot because I don't want to make it too dark. Then I'm just grabbing that JH33 brush and just buffing over that to make sure it's nice and blended. Then I go back in with that even fluffier brush and again just make sure everything is nice and blended. Then I'm just going to repeat that exact same thing on the other side. now I'm going in with the shade Hustle, and I'm going to be spritzing my brush with some Fix Plus, and then I am using the JH41 brush, and I'm applying this on the inner half of the lid. I'm just doing that exact same thing on the other side. Now going back in with that Soda Pop shade, I'm now going to use a flat definer brush. The one that I am using today is the M432, and I'm going to keep this real close to the lash line and just smudge upward to kind of create a smoky liner look. Alright, now I'm going to be removing that tape, and I'm going to apply my lashes off camera, and the lashes that I will be using today are the House of Lashes Noir Fairy Lite. Moving on to the face, we're going to be using the Too Faced Hangover RX Primer, and just putting that all over our face. Then for foundation, I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Matte Velvet Skin Foundation, and I'm mixing two colors to get my perfect shade. And then I'm blending that in with the Morphe, and I'm pretty sure it's called the Flawless Complexion Sponge. But I'm just going to be pouncing that foundation onto the skin and getting a nice full coverage foundation. Also, I did fill in my eyebrows off camera. Alright, for concealer, I'm going to be using the Tarte Shape Tape Concealer just to conceal my blemish on my forehead as well as my dark circles underneath my eyes. Okay, and then I'm going to use that same sponge to blend that out. Alright, to set my under eyes, I'm going to use the Cover FX, the Perfect Setting Powder, and I'm using that same sponge with that powder to set the under eyes. Alright, then I'm going to use the Merle Norman Ultra Powder Foundation with that same sponge to set the rest of my face. Now for bronzer, I'm going to be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzer in the shade Saddle with my JH02 brush, and I'm just bronzing up the skin. And I am obsessed with this brush for bronzer, by the way. It is perfect. You can bronze super, super quick, so I'm all about it. Then for blush, I'm going to be using the Tarte blush in the shade Exposed, and I am using the JH04 brush to apply my blush. Alright, jumping back into the eyes, I'm going to be taking the shade Pooter, and running that all along the lower lash line with my E36 pencil brush from Morphe. Then going in with the shade Buns, and I'm going to be doing the exact same thing with that same E36 brush. Now going in with the shade Soda Pop, and my flat definer brush, I'm going to smudge this just on the outer half of the eye, real close to the lash line, and then just lightly smudge it down. But I don't want too much of this because I want to still keep the eyes kind of bright. Alright, then going in with the shade Beam, and I'm going to be highlighting the inner corner and underneath the brow with my JH42 brush. Alright, now I am going to use the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist and spritz my entire face, and then I'm just fanning it dry before I highlight. And I also did apply my lower lash mascara as well. And then the highlight I'm going to be using today is from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Sun Dip Glow Kit, and I'm using the shade Moonstone. And then I'm going to be applying this with my JH09 brush just to the tops of the cheeks, and then I usually do apply a little bit to the Cupid's bow as well. And then for lipstick, I'm going to be using the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea lipstick in the shade Beach Babe. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I will see you again in my next video. Bye!